Hello everybody, Mr. O here, and today we're going to finish our Apocalypse self-portrait. So I made a demon ram face as part of my half of my Apocalypse self-portrait, and now you could have chose a robot, you could have chose a different kind of demon, or you could have went full zombie with bugs and stuff coming out of your skull and stuff, where one half of our face is realistic and the other half of our face is not so much. Something based on proper proportions, but we're trying to make it look different and cool, and you don't have to obsess over getting your measurements right. If you draw your eyes crooked, it could be meant like that, because as you can see, different kinds of eyes create different kinds of shapes. And for this lesson, not knowing what you have at home and doing enough color lessons, this is going to be based on value, and I'm going to use charcoal pencils. These are pencils that have compressed charcoal in them, and basically these are Prismacolors. I got them for free. They sent them to me. This because I was an art teacher, not because of these videos. I like them, but I really like the generals, and I usually do the 4B and the 6B. The soft and the medium, I am guessing that this is like a 2B and a 4B, but these are the ones I'm going to use. The reason I want to use up this one is I noticed when sharpening, it kept breaking, so it was probably shattered on the inside. And if you remember from one of my other videos, I explained these type of pencils, the soft lead and color pencils, if they're shattered on the inside, you can, usually it's because you dropped them on the floor or something like that, or you put them in a bag and it keeps jostling around and it just kind of breaks. Now, if you're somebody with this type of sharpener, when you have a pencil that breaks a lot, I usually go for the whiter. Notice that these two are the same size, but if you look at the little pencil designs, this one's a little whiter and that one's thinner. I go with the whiter one. That way it doesn't sharpen as tall. It might mean I sharpen more, but there's less breakage, because when you push down on a charcoal pencil, whether it's soft or hard, it will probably break more. And the other thing I'm going to be using, instead of my kneaded eraser, I'm going to be using a pink eraser or a white eraser. But I know most of you have the pink eraser at home. The only thing I'm using for the kneaded eraser is probably before I get started, I might just lighten up some of my dark pencil spots, because this is going to be a charcoal drawing, not a pencil drawing. So I don't want to see any of my pencil coming through. I hope that makes sense. And the other thing I'm going to just kind of add a little bit, if you can get yourself, I know when I do this in class, I'm going to also provide at the end a white charcoal pencil to do highlights. You don't want to use like your reflection if you can avoid it with the white charcoal, but like when you do hair or just tiniest little details that you need to pronounce a little bit more, the white charcoal pencil will be fantastic for that. Sorry if I sound a little tired. It's been a long week, and it's been a good week. I'm getting very anxious to see students in an actual classroom. I'm hoping that whether you're a young adult or an adult, that you're looking forward to getting back at things that are normal, learning to draw. So I think this is probably light enough for me to get started with. And I got little crumbs for the first time. My kneaded eraser might be wearing out a little bit. I'm going to put this, after I demonstrate, it's going to pop into time lapse. And I just want you guys to understand that when you start with the charcoal pencil, it may seem like I'm going to start outlining, but I'm not. And the other tool I'm going to use is my paper smut blending stump, paper stylus, so many different names. And I am going to warn everybody, I am going to go with heavy value. As I'm going to go as dark as I can make things. And if you watch my value video, which I would recommend that everyone does before watching this one, you can pause this one and go to the value. It will help you, even though I'm talking about a worksheet, it will help you understand what I'm doing here. And notice that you don't always have to put the black straight on to get some of the effects. I'm starting with my eye. I always start with my eye, and then you'll notice when I work the video, I'm going to go into a circular motion. And this way, I'm not rubbing my hands through, and you can see I'm wearing a digital glove to keep my hands clean, but at home you might not have that. So you can just use a tissue. Put your hand on a tissue, and as you work through, and the same thing when you use graphite. As you work through, you want to keep your hands as clean as possible. And here we go. As you can see, I'm just kind of getting the edges of where I want, but not do a complete outline. And then I'm going to use where I want to shade the heaviest. Okay, I'm just going to pop into time lapse and let you guys watch this. And it will slow down at times where I want you to just see more of the detailing. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment, send an email. If you want me to go further in a video, I will. And you'll notice I might not have addressed this with the glasses. I am going to put the reflection back in, but first thing I do is usually go normal, and then at the end I will darken up the glasses a little bit and do some reflections. So look for that towards the end. I hope I don't forget, because in one of the videos I said I was going to do something and I didn't actually do it because I totally forgot. So hopefully I won't forget. Thanks, guys. Hi. So I'm gonna stop right here, mostly because I'm getting a little pinching in my back, and I figure you guys can figure out how dark or light your shirt's gonna be. You don't want it to match your face, but I did want to point out some things. Now, I was very purposeful since my skin is light. I wanted to do my other half a little darker so you can actually see the contrast. The mistake a lot of students make in charcoal is they think it's different the darker your skin is or the lighter your skin is. Shadows are shadows. And even if you have beautiful dark skin, you will have more reflection of the light coming off your skin, where you, being very light, might have a different gradation of shadows when the light hits you. So you find that balancing act. Now, I did say I was going to do something a little different with the glasses. And let's see, I make sure I don't have to sharpen and waste any more of your time. Hopefully nothing's a waste. And what I'm going to do is just make this dark. And I'll keep making this dark and even. Now notice I'm not doing anything too much with the white of my eyes. I am going to make that just a little bit rounder there, so there it's casting a shadow, because I really want to see my eyes. And I'm only going to do half my glasses, and that way you can at least see where I'm going to go with it. I'm going to keep getting this darker, and then I'm going to go with the white color pencil, and I'm going to kind of make a light reflection. And I don't know if that's going to show up in the video. Hopefully it does. I believe it will. And just to show that there's a light, and I'm going to be doing layers, and as the layers go, it'll get a little bit brighter. And guys, notice I did a lot of different motions from circular. I drew with the eraser, and I made mistakes. And as you can see, I even accidentally smudged. I'm pointing, and you probably can't see where I'm pointing. My glove got real dirty, so I do have to wash that, and it's charcoal. It'll wash out very easily. Let's see what else to point out here. If you were wondering, like during the video, during the time lapse, you'll notice that I was kind of doing something strange. I had grabbed the wrong stylus. I had grabbed my pencil stylus, so I was spreading lead out. So I was kind of going and trying to fix it with my charcoal stylus. Not a big deal. Mistakes happen, and you're going to make mistakes. And it's okay to actually use your pencil stylus. All you have to do is take a tissue and just try to get all the loose stuff. When you're done with your charcoal, just get all the loose charcoal off, and then just go with that. And like I said, I would finish this with the charcoal. Now, for a project, students in the past would have done several different things. We either used color pencil in the back, and that kind of cleaned it up. Sometimes I did the color pencil and had them cut this out. So we did this geometric patterns, and students got to choose what patterns. We cut it out and glued this on top. And the other thing is we made an abstract painting and cut it out and glued it on top. So those are options that we do have. That's options for this project. Normally we would do this project on a 12 by 18 paper, but this one is done by 9 by 12. And as you can see, it was pretty time consuming. And charcoal is great and fun. I love charcoal pencils. I love doing value and going heavy with the values. As you can see, I got white to black and everything in between. I think you can find lots of different values. You can find gleams coming off the horns. You can find the dark hair shadows and stuff. If you're wondering why, if I'm bald, as I drew myself in a demon shape, why did I add hair to my head? Well, number one is being bald is angelic, because as light beams down, it gives you a heavenly glow. So I figured to stop that heavenly glow, I had to put hair on top of my head. So there, nobody's laughing again. I got to come up with better jokes. I know that. Guys, hey, have fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.